Welcome back to another action figure review. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at Bossfight Studios' Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S. Series 2 Naga, the Serpent Druid. First off, let's take a look at the packaging. Here on the top left, we have the Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S. logo. It stands for Highly Articulated Character Kit System, and this is a Series 2 figure. On the bottom left, we have the Bossfight Studio logo. These are adult collectibles. These are recommended for ages 15 and up. Here in the center of the card, you can see the very awesome artwork done by Bossfight Studios of Naga. Here just below the artwork, we have Naga's nameplate and Serpent Druid just below that. On the far right, we have the clamshell that holds the character and all the accessories. This looks to be a pretty creative character here. It looks pretty awesome. We have a half man, half serpent type of character. Looks very, very cool. On the back of the packaging, here we have the bio for Naga. I will try to hold this up and so you guys have the opportunity to pause and read a little bit of the background for this character. Looks pretty good right there, so I'll give it a few more seconds for you guys to have the ability to pause and read if you would like. Okay, moving on. On the right, from the middle to the right side of the card, we have there are no limits. Collect them all. Here are some of the characters that are available from Bossfight Studios. Here's some company information here, and also some of the actual people responsible for the product. Here's a QR code. Here's a UPC and a Bossfight Studio logo with a UPC which we just talked about. Very cool. There's the side of the packaging. But these packaging actually are pretty awesome because they're collector friendly. And what does that mean? Collector friendly means that you can remove your figure and remove all of its accessories and put them back as they were found or as you received them. If you want to put your figure back into the packaging, either for display or resale value. So let's go ahead and take a look and see how that works. Really all you have to do is find one end. There's no right or wrong with this end or that end. There's no tape on the package. You just got to find this piece. Get it to flip under the card, which is pretty decent card back. As you can see, this is what's behind the figure here. Very nice card stock. And it leaves you with this. And all you simply do is pull out the two trays. Here's a back tray. Here's a baggie of goodies. And we have the figure tray. Go ahead and set this aside for now. Now let's take a look at that figure. Here's the figure outside the packaging. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. Well, Naga's definitely seen some battles. See, he's blind in his right eye. He has a scar across it. Naga has black hair, evil eyebrows, pretty slouching eyes, and a unique style goatee. So his hair is kind of slicked back and does have a little bit longer than you would expect. But fantastically sculpted. Looks great for this character. He also has a necklace. We have some kind of harness here with some fur on it. The fur is sculpted really well. It's a plastic. It is not a soft good piece. On the back, we do have a peg hole. Kind of looks like we have something we can attach here, maybe a sword sleeve, or even here on his belt. This is also removable, as well as the belt. We have one of those holes for another pegged weapon. On this chest, we have some kind of claw marks across his chest. Like he was fighting a tiger or something. We have some damage here on his upper arm on this side. On this arm, we have a green gauntlet or forearm protector with some brown straps. On his other arm here is half, just below the ball of his arm. It turns into more of a scaled arm, like a snake reptilian type arm and hand. As you can see, his lower half is actually a snake body, which is pretty awesome. We have the light tan here on the front, very well sculpted. And the back is a darker tan, and also has a very detailed sculpt work for scales on the back. And as you can see, this thing is super articulated. We have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 joints just in the lower part of the tail. Looks like you can get some pretty amazing articulation out of that. Okay, well, speaking of the articulation, let's go ahead and take a look and see what he has. We'll start with his head. He is side to side. Pretty good. He looks down. He looks up. And he looks all the way around. But when you do that, you kind of jack up his necklace. So you gotta get that to take his hair snags on the necklace and causes it to rotate with the actual head. His head is removable. It does have an alternate head, and we will take a look at that here shortly. Okay, his arm here is on a ball joint. It rotates 360. It raises up very nicely. Goes in, up, and out. We have an elbow bend. It's pretty close to 90. We want to give it to him. That's good. The hand here rotates, I believe, 360. And then let's take on the joint we have in this hand. We have an up and down joint. That just popped out, which is fine. Yes, so that is definitely an up and down hand. I pulled it out on accident. This arm, we can go up and around 360. Just got to get around that cloth further. Then we have also on the elbows, we have 360 rotation here at the elbow. But for the bend ratio for this character, for this arm, is less than 90 on the snake arm. So it takes 360. We also have a down and up on that hand. Looks really good. It has the same range of motion. Doesn't look like it's going to get hindered too much by that strap across his chest, that furry section by his head. So you can see we're articulated here on the upper stomach, back, all the way down, get side to side, and it will rotate 360 if you want. There's also some articulation here at the bottom of the stomach. It will rotate, and I believe that's where you would remove that if you were into customizing your figure. So the lower half, let's take a look at that. So here we have it's like a ball system with some very long pegs on it. So we can get a 60 rotation out of all those 7 joints. And it can go back, up. If you desired it for that pose, we have all kind of joints here that we can get articulation at any point we want. Let's see how well he can sit. That was like literally no effort at all to get him to stand. And now he stands down there perfectly. But there. Looks fantastic. Stands very well. You just got to basically have this come down and have this come around to square it off, basically. And you can lean back some. But you can get as much poses as you want out of this particular sculpt of this serpent half. This would be a fantastic piece for a Golobreus G.I. Joe custom. That'd be very, very cool. Alright, so let's take a look at some of his accessories that he has. Okay, first off, we're going to take a look at the alternate head that it comes with. It's more of a human head on damage. It follows the same kind of coloring and hair color to black hair. It's more of a yellowish type skin. He has this short hair. Comes with a barbell joint inside. Kind of has a scowl on his face. What's really nice about these figures, they come with these extra heads. In my opinion, in this case, this head doesn't even look like Naga, so you could use it maybe for like another knight head if you are army building your Knight of Asperity or your Knight of Accords. Looks good. In my opinion, probably one of the most coolest accessories in this set is this helmet. That just looks super evil. I love the sculpt work on this, and those horns are just killer. What's really nice is it's not all one color. We have this tan. It's been really nice. It was a bone color that really looks sick. But it's attached to this metal part of the helmet. Then we have some of that green that you've seen throughout on the figure. And also what's cool about this, it fits over the characters' heads. You don't have to remove the actual head that you have on to put it on. You can actually lift this up a bit like that if you would like. Even without like that, this looks pretty sick. So let's go and see what it looks like. Here he is with the helmet up. And of course we can put the helmet down. Tell you what, if you've seen this guy on a battlefield, you might want to think twice. Charging in a battle to fight this dude. That half man, half snake don't stop you. That head sculpt will, that mask will definitely intimidate some of your warriors. Looks very cool. Let's leave it on. It looks amazing. Okay, let's take a look at some more accessories. Okay, first off, here's a sword. We have a H.A.C.K.S type color for the blade and the guard here. The handle is like a dark brown. There's some steel at the end. It does come with a sword sheath. It is like a dark brown and a tan X's throughout. Then we have the gun, very darker gunmetal color here, or maybe even like an aged steel. But we can put the sword in. Kind of gets a little tight right there. Yeah, so not sure what's going on with there. Usually there isn't a problem with Vitruvian hacks, but I'm betting you could force it all the way down if you really wanted to. Not sure why that's not going in. I'll have to look more into that. But that's what that looks like. He also comes with a dagger that matches his sword and his sword sheath. Same pattern. And the blade of the knife, the dagger, whatever you want to call it, matches the sword. So you kind of get like a set. You have a sword and a dagger. And that fits pretty good. It's a little tight there at the end, but looks great. Maybe it needs heated or something. So I'm betting like that hole that we have here, or what's that C1 at? Maybe right there. We can utilize for his weapons, because there is a peg here on the knife. That's pretty good. Very stiff. Probably going to have to be heated up, but that's definitely made to fit very nicely there. So that's where that would go, and then you could put the sword here on his back, on the back side here. So you'd have both of his blades close for a quick battle. The last thing we have is a bag here. I think all we have in here is looks like a stand and some extra hands. Let me go ahead and get those out of the packaging. First up, we have the Bossfight Studio stand. Traditional Bossfight Studio stand. I'm not sure you're going to need it for this figure. There's really no way to use it. But it's kind of a way, I guess you can say you get an extra stand for one of your figures that may have not come with it, maybe one of your basic figures, if you decide to use it that way. It's like we have an alternate hand here, flesh color. This one's an in and out type hand, if you want to swap that out. And that is for that hand here. And the last hand is pretty sick. I'll tell you what. This is pretty. Let's see if I can get this to come in. This is a replacement hand for a Serpent Arm. It's actually a snake head. It doesn't move. His eyes, teeth, his mouth is open. This is very, very small. And it goes down like so. And that would be for that hand right here. If you didn't want to have a gripping hand, you can have a snake head hand. It doesn't look like you probably could fit one of those bladed weapons in his hand without stretching that out too much. That's pretty cool. Okay, if you decided you wanted to use this head instead of the head that he had on just out the package, this is what it looks like. Or even could buy 2 of these and create your own additional warrior. Yeah, they both have the actual ball, so you get 2 peg balls. So don't have to worry about trying to get it out of each of the heads whenever you exchange them. Very cool. For me, I think I like the other head. I guess any heads are good, right? But I do like the evil head. Alright, went ahead and swapped back to the evil head. And also put on the snake hand. If you guys want to check out what that looks like. That's pretty sick. Yeah. If you guys are actually, anybody's watching this as a G.I. Joe fan, you guys can add Naga here to your Kuba Law collection. If you've seen the 80s G.I. Joe movie, you'll know what Kuba Law is. That looks pretty cool. Alright. Alright, here's Naga all geared up and ready for battle. Looks pretty cool. He's definitely good for any of your any universes you're trying to create. Very creepy looking dude. Very awesome. See if we can get him to stand up here for some comparisons. Alright, this guy's standing up right. Okay, let's do some comparisons. Let's take a look at a Gomoran Guard, which is a Star figure. If you're not sure who that is. This is 1/18 scale, both figures. So it definitely towers over the Gomoran Guard. Here is an H.A.C.K.S figure. You can see how he scales with that universe. Here he is with a Joy Toy figure. Scales really well. Here's a good comparison for a female figure. Alright. Here he is with a H.A.C.K.S Predator figure. He's more on scale with height-wise for the Predator figures. It's really good. Let's see what else we got here that we can check. Here he is with a H.A.C.K.S Superman, because he's still laying here. Works really good. Here he is with a G.I. Joe. And Storm Shadow is still laying on my table. But look really good. Storm Shadow versus Naga. Here we have Storm Shadow and Naga squaring off. What you guys think? Down in the comments. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, you're a Vitruvian H.A.C.K.S fan. Who do you think will win? Storm Shadow versus Naga? Weigh in down in the comments. Let everybody know what you think. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Me, I'm gonna have to go with my boy Storm Shadow. He's used to fighting hanging around serpents and Cobra Law and Cobra armies, and some pretty crazy creatures from the G.I. Joe movie. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Storm Shadow. Let me know what you guys think. And for a Fortnite comparison. So I discuss with this. And Stu is supersonic, just because we can. Looks pretty good. Alright, so this is a comparison from different action figure lines. If you guys like that, if you did, please consider subscribing. I really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions or your thoughts on our little square off here with Storm Shadow. So that's about all I got for this figure today. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys have already subscribed, thanks so much for your support. That's very, very, very appreciated. So for price wise, I think these are like $24.99, $26.99. Look around. I think they're still under $30 at the most on an Evil Bay or other websites like eBay. I highly recommend it. It's really cool. There's no other figures out there that have the articulation for a serpent's tail like that that I know of in the 1/18 scale. As always, I still think that as of right now, Vitruvian hacks have the best quality plastic around. I know that Joy Toy is definitely getting better. I mean, every time they come out with a new product, every now and then they do stumble, but you know, that's some. In my personal opinion, this Bossfight Studio has the best plastic quality, especially for playability. You don't have to worry about them breaking. I haven't had to heat this figure at all. That's straight out the package. I know that it is recommended on some of their self-active mighty steeds. They want you to heat up the joints and before you try to take them apart. And it probably wouldn't be a bad idea just for long-term, keeping your fingers nice and not stressing the plastic too much. So, all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Happy collecting. Keep collecting. And we will see you in our next review.